Chef, 2014 movie, directed and written and starring Jon Favreau, featuring also John Leguizamo, Bobby Cannavale, Scarlett Johansson, Dustin Hoffman, and Robert Downey Jr. It's one of the most heartwarming movies I've ever seen, probably. I really can't remember the last time I felt so delighted, not just when it ended, but also at multiple points during its course. It tells the story of Carl Casper, played by Favreau, who is a chef at a prestigious restaurant in LA. He's very obsessed with his work, to the point that he neglects his teenage son Percy. And despite years of experience as chef, he's still not burned out. He still has the heart for his job and is universally loved by his kitchen staff. But then he also has some disagreements. He clashes with the owner about revamping the menu. He wants to do something new and fresh. The owner disagrees and just wants him to keep doing the same thing over and over again. And then, without really meaning to, Casper gets into a very public argument over Twitter with a food critic that wrote a bad review of his work. And he ends up losing the job entirely. And after a little bit of soul searching, he ends up starting a food truck in Miami in order to sort of go back to his roots and rediscover himself as a cook, but also as a person. So it is in large part a movie about cooking. It is. Favreau took lessons from a famous US chef, and it shows. Everything he does on screen looks real and amazing, and honestly, most of the cooking scenes, which there are many, had me salivating. This movie will make you hungry, make no mistake. But apart from that, there's also that second level of film where Carl gets to spend time with his son, share his passion with him, teach him, learn from him all the same. He gets to take a break from this high pressure restaurant environment and just do the things he loves just for the sake of having fun. There's a fair bit of a road trip movie thrown in here, and honestly, it all just works. It clicks together. It works on an emotional level, most importantly. It is just extremely pleasant to watch the character growth, to see the changes in Carl. And yes, the initial scenes where he fucks things up are rough, but then as he begins this journey to a better tomorrow, Chef becomes this warm and touching film. It also manages to feel like very lifelike in terms of the story and the conflict and the character relationships. Nothing is really blown out of proportion. The stakes are pretty low and there are no huge tragedies, just the bumps of life. I also appreciated the groovy soundtrack a lot. I think it really helps keep the momentum going. Even in the slower scenes, there is that feeling of movement. Chef never halts to a stop. It just keeps going with a really nice pace. And finally, the movie also showcases a lot of local cuisine from different parts of the US, even features some real places like a popular barbecue restaurant in Austin, Texas, which again helps create that relaxed atmosphere and the vibe of summer that's really happening. It's not just a made up story for the film. I think it's a wonderful little movie that is both inspiring and excellent at lifting the audience's spirit. Loved it.